Hello, today we are looking at multiplying by 0, 1, 2, and 10. We're going to look at 4 different rules today and tips to multiply by these 4 numbers. Okay, the first step we're talking about here is multiplying by 0. And the rule for multiplying by 0 is any number times 0 equals 0. Any number times 0 equals 0. So let's look at our example here. Okay, you can see on the screen I've written 3 problems: 7 times 0, 11 times 0, and 6 times 0. And what you notice is that if I have 7 groups of 0, 11 groups of 0, or 6 groups of 0, that's basically like having groups of nothing. If I have 7 of nothing, my answer is 0. If I have 11 groups of nothing, my answer is 0. If I have 6 groups of nothing, or 6 times 0, my answer is 0. So no matter what number I multiply by 0, that will always equal 0. The next rule we're going to talk about is multiplying by 1. The rule here is that any number times 1 equals itself. Any number times 1 will equal that same number, will equal itself. On the screen I've written 2 examples. I've written 6 times 1 and 9 times 1. So let's look at 6 times 1 first. If I'm having 6 times 1, that's 6 groups of 1, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You'll see when you have 1 group of 6 or 6 groups of 1, anytime you multiply by 1, that number is going to stay the exact same, because they're just telling you here you have 1, 6. The same if we go look at the bottom example, 9 times 1. What they're telling you is you have 1, 9. Our answer there would be 9. If you see here the same thing, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Anytime you multiply by 1, that number is going to stay the same. Our 6 stayed the same, and our 9 also stayed the same. Now we're going to talk about multiplying by 2. Multiplying by 2. Anytime we multiply by 2, the number doubles. Anytime we multiply by 2, the number doubles. For example, on the screen I've written 3 problems that are multiplied by 2. We have 8 times 2, 4 times 2, and 5 times 2. And you'll see each one of these 3 problems will double when we multiply them. When I get 8 times 2, my answer is 16. That's because I have 2 8s. All I'm doing is just 8 plus 8. 8 times 2 just means 2 8s, or 16. You'll see the same on the next one. If I have 4 times 2, that just means I have 2 4s. So 4 plus 4 equals 8. Or 4 times 2 equals 8. Because I'm just timesing it by 2. That means I have it 2 times. The next one, I have 5 times 2. I have 5 2 times. Or 5 plus 5 equals 10. So 5 times 2 equals 10. Our last example today is multiplying by 10. Anytime we multiply by 10, we just add a 0 to the end of the number. It's as easy as just adding a 0 to the end of the number. On the screen, I've written 8 times 10, 7 times 10, and 2 times 10. 8 times 10, what I'll do is I bring the 8 over, and I put a 0 at the end of it. 8 times 10 is 80, because if I have 10 8s, that will add up to 80. Or if I have 8 tens, that also adds up to 80. So you'll see the same thing on 70. You put the number out front, 7, and you add a 0 to the end of it to be 70. Same thing on 2 times 10. Bring the 2 over. 2 times 10, 2. Put the 0 at the end, is 20. So 8 times 10, 80. 7 times 10, 70. 2 times 10, 20. Thank you for watching the video, and we'll do some of these in class tomorrow for practice. Have a good night.